All right, let's take a look at some of the girls' teams in Division 3 coming up in the MIAA state tournament. And we've got 3 teams, 3 local teams that are Division 3 and have qualified for the tournament. And I'll just give a quick rundown of what the games are. Number 10, Fairhaven, at number 7, Ashland on Monday. Number 14, Rockland at number 3, Old Rochester on Monday. And number 11, Wareham at number 6, Westwood on Monday. So there's, with the exception of Old Rochester being just a juggernaut in the SEC, I mean, Wareham, Fairhaven, those were 2 teams that were neck and neck toward the end of the season.
Old Rochester, won the championship. They added a junior in the offseason, point guard from Apponequet by the name of Kelsey Johnson, who's just a terrific player. I mean, can shoot the ball, takes it to the basket, plays hard on defense, makes a lot of steals. And she really, really helped this team on offense because they struggled on offense last year. And, they won the SEC championship. They're 16-4. They're going to get host a game. But I think Rockland could be a tough first round opponent. I mean, I think they have a pretty good program, and I'm not sure if this is exactly the best matchup that ORR was looking for.
Well, a lot of those South Shore teams are strong, and I can imagine that Bob Hone is preaching defense even more than usual.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much he knows about Rockland, but I know Fairhaven is playing at Ashland, and it seems like every year one of our teams has to go up to Ashland, and they get killed because they have a tremendous program up there. And I always remember them because they're nicknamed the Clockers. And every time teams go, one of our teams, it seems that they get clocked.
They get
And
Fairhaven's kind of been struggling too.
Yeah.
Fairhaven is, they did not finish well down the stretch, but they played some tough games, and they have a very good player in Kara Charette, sophomore center, who's really blossomed. I mean, she played well last year, but she's really, really turned it on this year. And they also have a good guard by the name of Kelsey Perrin-Sovic, and 2 freshmen who have helped them too. Guard Ashley Brown and forward and center Kay Mullen, who's a 6'1" freshman.
Yeah, unfortunately though, it looks like Kay Mullen's not going to be available unless the Blue Devils can get extremely late in the tournament because she's still dealing with
the
after effects of it. It was one of the worst concussions I've ever seen in my life, and I cover pro football, and I've never seen somebody suffer a hit like that.
When did that happen?
That happened in the game against Wareham last week.
Okay.
And her head bounced off the floor. Ooh. And it was brutal, and she just seemed out of it. So our best goes out to her. But one thing about Fairhaven is they do have a good amount of outside shooters on their team. I mean, it can be one of those teams. It can be one of those games where the 3-pointer can get you by in a first-round game.
Well, if that doesn't work out, they can always pound it inside to Charette. I mean, she's learned to go. She said last year everyone knew that she was going to go to her right. Whenever she got the ball, she's going to make a move to the right. So she worked on going to the left side and using the left hand a little bit more this year, and worked on her footwork, and it's really paid off some big dividends because she can easily score double figures.
When I've seen Fairhaven this year, Kara Charette, she's just been able to take over the game. I mean, anytime she gets the ball, she's going to either score or get to the foul line.
Yeah.
She's that good of a player.
She's about 5'11" right now, and they're hoping that she grows, a couple more inches because that would make her even more.
Before the tournament?
Maybe. It depends on what the Charette family's
having
for dinner. Yeah. But not out of the question. But she's just really, really come on strong. She played a lot of AAU basketball over the summer, and I think that helped her a lot.
Well, the other team in Division 3 is Wareham, and they're in the tournament for the first time in 5 years, and that was kind of a guess on Coach Bob Rodrick's part.
Well, I went back and looked at our archives, and the last time that I saw them qualify was back in 2004, when they went. They went 9-11.
So 6 years. Then.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years. Right. And they finished. They went 9-11 that season, and they ended up getting. That's back when they were still playing in Division 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And they ended up losing to Mansfield in the preliminary round.
Well, and they're a team too that has a deep team. Nobody's a real standout, 25-point a game scorer on a regular basis, but they've all had flashes where they've done that when necessary.
Well, Lexi Sylvia is one of the best sophomores in the area, and she has done a good job as their point guard. And they also have a very hard-working center in Allie Watkins. She's only 5'7". And it kind of reminds me of a player that Fairhaven used to have by the name of Kaylee Charette, who was about 5'7" too, but was one of those players who just battles in the paint and rebounds and works hard. and scores on offensive rebounds and stuff like that. So Watkins is a junior now, and she's been doing pretty well with both ends of the court for Wareham the last 3 seasons.
My prediction: big game out of senior Christine O'Toole. She seems to have really turned it on here late in the season. So
she's been helping them, that's for sure. And also senior forward Asia Struthers has really been a big help off the bench. I mean, with her rebounding, and she chips in with maybe 6 or 7 points a game too. So
I asked Bob Rojic if he could compare this to his championship team of the 81-82 season with the recently number retired Rita Roach, and he said no. I mean, no team can really compare to them, but he says that he really likes this team, and he likes the way that they've been playing here in the second half of the season.
Well, I think they played pretty well down the stretch too. I mean, I don't know if they were in a position that they had to win some of their games to get into the tournament, but I think they did, and they were able to do that. And in the past, they've been in that situation and haven't been able to get to the tournament.
Well, they had big wins. They beat DR, they beat Fairhaven, so I mean, they definitely turned it on. Beat Bourne.
Yeah.